Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you. I have a really good one I know a lot of you are going to love. I want to talk to you about whether or not squats or leg presses are better for actually getting higher levels of testosterone. So let's just talk about some lower body training here. So let's just say you've been hitting the gym and you're noticing that your chest and your shoulders look really broad, look really nice, your arms look thick, kind of swole a little bit, and maybe if you've been watching your diet, you might have some abs popping out as well. But then you look down at your lower body and you see legs that are really small, misproportioned, and probably laughing at yourself, and others might be too. Leg training is essential, okay? Although for some reason a lot of people like to skip leg day, well, I think we know the reason is because it's so hard, in favor of more arm workouts. There's a number of specific benefits that legs are going to provide. Not only does it give you thighs, like maybe tree trunks even, and calves to be proud of, but it can also boost both performance and health. All right, here's some benefits of lower body training for you. Increased strength, speed, and power. You're going to have better symmetry. You're going to have better balance and proportion of your overall body. Okay, many researchers say that women are driven towards men with big, strong glutes. I don't know about that, but it's in my research. So take it for what it is. That's what I got. I'm not making that up. Better sports performance. It can actually help to torch body fat, and you can have higher crossover to functional everyday activities. Think about it. Use your legs for everything. Reduced lower back pain and injuries as well. Now, do you want machines or free weights? Many lifters do include lower body work in their program, but they're going to swap out and exchange squats and leg presses without much thought. Now, at the end of the day, they both work legs, right? Yeah, but there's been a really long debate for years whether or not you should actually ditch the machines and stick to free weights, or whether machines help keep the focus on your target muscles better than barbells and dumbbells. And there's really no definitive answer. It depends on what you want to achieve. But if your goal is to increase your testosterone levels, then is there a better way to do it? And recent research might actually be helping us find an answer to that very question. So let's talk about the research. Squats versus leg presses. Now, this researchers at the University of North Texas wanted to find out, and I'm glad they did, whether or not using squats or leg presses did to the hormone levels of 10 well-trained men. Okay? Now, the purposes of the study here, and this is verbatim pretty much. I mean, I might miss a word here or there, but the purpose here was to examine the effect of resistance, exercise selection on the acute hormonal response using similar lower body, multi-joint movement, free weight, and machine weight exercises. So basically, they're just comparing the two. Now, the men were split into two groups and asked to complete 6 sets of 10 reps of either squats or leg presses, both set at the same relative weight of 80% of their 1 rep max. Now, after each workout, the men had their blood taken immediately after the session, at 15 minutes and 30 minutes after the session was done. Both variations of leg training did elevate anabolic hormones, and I've done a video on that before about how working out legs helps build testosterone. This included growth hormone and testosterone, which both spiked immediately after training had finished. However, within 15 minutes, the research team reported that testosterone levels were 16.7, almost 17% higher in the squat than the leg press. And it was the same for growth hormone too, with a 240% increase. All right? Similar readings were then done at 30 minutes and seen the same as well. And the best part, even though the relative intensity was the same for both exercises, the anabolic response was higher in the squat, the men used more weight on the leg press. So, key point here, squats are going to elevate your anabolic hormones more than a fixed leg press. Now, acute testosterone increases lead to muscle growth. I think we know that. Why exactly is it, though, that short-term increase in testosterone and growth hormone are important for muscle growth? And it's down to this, tissue remodeling. All right, testosterone and growth hormone are both critical for skeletal muscle growth. And that means that when hormone concentrations are elevated, that genes that are responsible for actually starting protein synthesis start to switch on. Now, the regulation of important receptor sites also starts to go up too. And what do researchers currently think is the best way to elevate acute hormone levels? Protocols that are high in volume, moderate to high in intensity, using short rest intervals, and stressing a large muscle mass tend to produce the greatest acute hormonal elevations. So what does this all mean? The first thing you can take away from this research is that both squats and leg presses will have a positive anabolic response. But if you really want to maximize your testosterone response, then get under a bar and squat. All right? Just don't forget that this study specifically used 80% of each of the volunteers' maximum, so make sure you're going heavy here. All right? Realistically, the difference in anabolic response is probably down to changes in total work. Basically, the volunteers were able to compete more total reps in the squat due to the weight being slightly lower. Maybe, maybe not. All right, on top of that, the squats work more muscles and more total muscle tissue, and this is because free weights require you to use additional stabilizer muscles to maintain the correct posture and position. Now, this is going to cause more muscle damage, which of course is going to lead to the need for more muscle repair. And because testosterone is a big regulator of protein synthesis, this also explains why squats have a greater effect on your hormones. So what's the take-home message here? Squat, lift big, do lots of reps, and grow. So, that being said, www.elitefitness.com/forums is where you can see all of my videos uncut and uncensored, updated daily. www.isarms.com/forums, and Dylan@isarms.com is where you can get me with all your questions and comments. So, that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli, signing off.